Occasion's a stripper.
Alright guys, we are live. So we're just gonna jump right into it. So, within a row of several nondescript houses in the lower city of Baldur's Gate lies the entrance to the notorious Thieves Guild. Back when the city was called Grey Harbor, the lower city was a cesspool of crime, filled to the brim with criminals who would cut you for less than a sidelong glance. But those days are long gone since the creation of the Flaming Fist and subsequently the formation of the Thieves Guild. Of course, there's still crime, but the guild provides organization and a safe haven for the wayward folks of Baldur's Gate. The guild has recently taken a more philanthropic approach to its business, opening free soup kitchens and providing healing for next to nothing. Oftentimes, citizens will plead with the guild to help them with a problem that the Flaming Fist has ignored. This is partially due to their new treasurer, Zatari, a young tiefling who accomplished what every young adventurer craves, the big score. After helping Clan Axebreaker restore their former glory and riches, Zatari walked away with more money than she could possibly imagine. Zatari took her share and opened up several food banks, soup kitchens, and free clinics solely for the good of the downtrodden. She even retired her mentor Ahima, buying her a horse ranch just outside of Rivington. Zatari oversees almost all of the financial goings-on of the guild, including doling out guild members' last will and testament. Unfortunately, today is one of those days. News had reached the guild that one of their own, a tiefling named Brihiri, had died just 3 days ago, and the guild suspected foul play. But before the investigation can be launched, her will must be read. Ruby, a very young tiefling with bright purple eyes and exceptionally large horns, welcomes Sydney into the treasurer's office. Sydney once traveled with Brihiri when they were younger, and she never found another adventuring party after that. After years of being solo, Sydney tends to shy away from the guild and only makes appearances when she absolutely has to. She hasn't heard from Brihiri in several years and was surprised to hear that she had been left something. Sydney, as you are walking into the office, kindly describe yourself.
Yeah, so, you see a halfling probably about 4'3", maybe a little bit taller, not too tall. She's kind of got wavy brown hair, kind of more tan skin, brown eyes, and she's wearing, like black leather pants and kind of like combat boot style. She's decked out all black. You know, as roguey things do. And yeah, kind of has a scowl on her face.
Much like any other day.
Yeah, much like any other day.
Zatari, as your secretary Ruby opens the door, kindly describe your office and how you look today.
So Zatari has a very celestial themed office. There's stars painted on the ceiling. There's like elegant fabric draped everywhere. It's very like opulent, but like in a celestial witchy kind of way. Kind of like dark academia, but just like add a little spice. And today, I think currently she's in her normal form, which is a gray tiefling. She's got 2 little horns that come up, and she's got short hair, long ears, and she kind of almost looks like a gargoyle. Like her skin's very like reminiscent of like a stone color. She's got black scleras and white eyes and pointy teeth and a little tail. And I think she's just sitting at her desk writing papers and stuff. Hasn't really noticed anyone's come in yet.
Ruby opens the door silently and sort of pokes her head through. Her horns are very, very large, and she's kind of known to like bang them on things quite a bit. And so you hear like a ow. Oracle, I have Miss Nimblewood for you. Are you busy?
Oh, thank you, Ruby. I am not busy. I'm tired of looking at this anyway. Come. Have a seat, please. Welcome. I'm sorry to be seeing you on such circumstances, but seems we have some business to take care of. Let me see.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
It's very unfortunate. Were you close to oh, what was her name? I did not know her very well. I'm sorry.
At one time.
Reading. Brihiri. That's it. Yes. Were you close to Brihiri?
At one time.
One time. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
One time.
she has left some things for you. Mostly one important thing that was to her. I will read her will now to you. It looks like she wishes for you to have 3 things. She wants you to look after her beloved raven, Pickles, as if he were your own, using the 300 gold she has left for you for the upkeep of Pickles. And also, that if she died under mysterious circumstances, that you would avenge her untimely passing. And finally, that you would stop being, and these are her words now, that you would stop being such a lone wolf and sign up to be a part of another adventuring party.
Pickles?
So,
Really?
yes, Pickles. Seems she was quite fond of him. We have him here for you to take home.
You guys hear a
Been
loud
taking care of
caw
him
from the lobby, and you hear Ruby just go, "Oh shit! Oh shit!"
He's quite rambunctious, but you know. If you are okay with accepting these things, just sign here for me, please.
She takes the quill and signs it.
Also, concerning the third wish that she had for you, I actually have taken a newcomer on in my group. Her name is Cyenna. I think you both would get along quite well, actually, if you would like to join.
Because she requested it. Sure.
Great!
Yeah.
I will get in touch with Cyenna.
Joy.
Let's see. Where would she be right about now? Ruby!
Again, the horned Fiona tiefling pops back in, misses her horns this time. You see that she's like a little out of breath, and she's like, yes, Oracle. 1 second. Pickles seems to have escaped his cage. And I'm just trying to get him out of his cage. Back in. You just hear like a lot of fluttering of feathers and just caw, like really loud. And Pickles walks in to the office. He is massive, even as far as ravens go. Sydney, you're a little surprised that they even had a cage like large enough to really accommodate him, and he kind of like flaps right over to you and then lands on Zatari's desk and caws in your face.
You know, I saw you, you were a lot smaller.
Ah!
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, this will be fun.
Perhaps we can just take him with us. Maybe he would like the company.
Yeah. Yeah. Guess we can.
Okay, another party member. This is going well. Okay, Ruby, do you happen to know where Cyenna is right now?
I guess it's lunchtime. Maybe she'd be in the cafeteria. I could go get her for you.
It's okay, we can make our way down there.
Okay. Did you need the cage back? And like she starts like unwielding, like carrying this like giant cage into the room, and as soon as Pickles sees the cage, he starts like flying around the office and like gets on like a really high shelf of books that you have.
Does Pickles knock off any of the books?
Oh yeah, he immediately had started like picking up like a quill or like a Zatari's ink pot and like haphazardly like knocking stuff over. He is very rambunctious.
I will mock you again if you don't stop.
No, we don't need the cage. Pickles will be fine.
You are making more of a mess that Ruby needs to clean up. Ugh. Alright, let's go down to the cafeteria. Ruby, I'm sure you have everything handled. Okay, I'll be back later.
Oh, okay. She like begins to like clean up the spilled ink and everything as you guys make your way down to the mess hall. So, the newcomer that Zatari has taken under her wing is a satyr named Cyenna. She's new to the city and has very few friends and even fewer resources. Only a few weeks ago, she had found out about the guild and doing her best to learn and get information that she could to get her ahead. She recklessly signed up to be assigned an adventuring party, not for companionship, but for extra protection on her way towards her ultimate goal, finding her sister. Much to her dismay, not only was she assigned a party, but a mentor on top of that. None other than Zatari herself. As you guys enter the mess hall, it's quite large. There's sort of a rotating clock of meals that are being served as people kind of come and go as they please. You know, rogues keep a very interesting schedule, so it's kind of a 24-hour diner situation here. There is quite a few people in here right now since it is in fact lunchtime. However, Cyenna is extremely distinct looking and one of the very few satyrs in the guild. Cyenna, go ahead and describe how you look.
I'm 5'6". I have brown skin and like these turquoise short horns, and I have a very sexy, seductive outfit on of various cloths covering my important parts. I painted my hooves, like the nail part of my hooves, like a sparkly blue. Do I need to say more? You don't have to. Yeah. I have black hair, by the way. Oh, and I have 2 different colored eyes. Okay. One eye's orange and one eye's white.
Extremely striking looking. It's hard to miss Cyenna even in such a large crowd. And Zatari, you walk in confidently with Sydney and Pickles in tow.
Cyenna, there you are. Are you finished with lunch? I have someone new for you to meet.
Well, I was gonna eat this entire pie by myself, but I guess I can meet this person.
Maybe you could share. I don't know.
I don't
Maybe
like
not.
to share.
That's okay. So, this is Sydney. Sydney, this is Cyenna.
Hi.
Sydney will be
Hey.
joining our party.
So it's just the three of us? I'm assuming
Well,
Pickles caused at me.
Ah!
I mean, four of us.
no, actually, I think we were looking for one more person.
Recently, the guild has wisely partnered with several temples to help them out with their various clinics and recruit various clerics for their adventuring parties. According to Nine Fingers Keen, TPKs are down by 15% since this initiative passed. After recruiting Sydney and introducing her to Cyenna, you have someone in mind who you've seen around and who is quite adept at healing.
Now I remember. We need a healer. Okay, follow me this way. You can bring the pie.
Yeah, it's normally smart to have some type of a healer on the squad, just saying.
Yes, especially for what we are going to be doing.
You know what we're already going to be doing? What are we doing?
Of course. Well, let's all get together first. That way I only have to explain it once.
I hope there's more pie.
Too much pie, I agree.
So, as you guys start making your way again through the various halls of the Thieves Guild, Cyenna and Sydney in kind of a stony silence as Zatari sort of just babbles on about how excited she is to finally be back in the adventuring game and how she hates being stuck in that office.
It has been so long since I've done this. I've been having to do so much paperwork lately, and I've got to get out and, touch the grass, smell the fresh air. So excited! This is going to be so fun! All these new friends.
Are you always this enthusiastic, or is it a come and go type situation?
Generally, yes, I am always this enthusiastic.
Oh boy. Alright.
You will get used to it. Everyone comes around eventually.
Sydney just kind of shakes her head like, oh no, this is one of these. Okay.
How are you feeling, Cyenna?
Cyenna struggles to speak because she's stuffing her face full of pie. But she very subtly just raises her eyebrows and nods and says, "Farm, I'm farm."
I get the point.
Well, with your two grumpy companions in tow, you find yourself in the clinic on site. You're looking for a particular cleric of the name Gemma. She is newer to the city. She's only been here a few years. And you've actually met Gemma a couple times. And you guys had bonded over the fact that you both love a good con. And you think that she would be the perfect addition. As you enter the clinic, Gemma, go ahead and describe how you look today.
Gemma is 5'1" with shiny purple skin, with silver and black and white reflect in it, something similar to tanzanite. She is an earth genasi, so she's made out of gemstones. Long, dark brown hair, almost black, even though technically she's a healer, she also wears clothes that show off a little more skin than like a doctor would. Tan off the shoulder top, very tight form-fitting pants, and like knee-high, high-heeled boots. Oftentimes she does carry like a little bag or a pouch with an assortment of bottles and vials, you know, to help you out with any sort of ailments you might have. Oh, you're here!
Gemma!
It's so
There
good
you
to
are.
see you!
Good to see you too.
Oh, you
So-
have friends? Who are they?
Yes. New friends. So this is Cyenna, and this one is Sydney. They are going to be our party members.
Pleasure. Do you guys need anything while you're here?
Actually,
Yeah,
we
fun.
were hoping you could join the party as well.
Oh my... Yes! Too! I thought you'd ask.
Yes, and I think you will like this particular job that we are going to be going on.
Really? What are we doing?
Well, so I have gotten the information that a corrupt noble who is a duke of the local region, he is going to be traveling through a forest tomorrow, perfect for ambush, and he is known to always have many riches around him, even when he travels. So, I think this is a perfect opportunity.
Well, you know me, I love shiny things. Jokes. Anyway, pleasure. Who are you two?
Hi, I'm Cyenna. Nice to meet you.
You have a little bit of crumbs on your face, sweetie. Just wanted to let you know.
That's for later.
Oh! Sorry. Hey.
Yeah.
I'm Sydney. This is Pickles.
I love
Pickles
the
cost.
name. Pickles, how sweet. It's very large for a
Sure.
raven. Good thing, though. Good thing.
Hopefully. When I last saw Pickles, Pickles was a lot smaller, so I'm a little baffled, but we'll see what happens.
Be great. Plus, sounds like tomorrow we're all gonna get some beautiful shiny things, some goodies.
Yes, so
Love
be sure to
that.
prepare well. I believe he will be traveling probably around sunset, so we have plenty of time to prepare. So get your things ready, and when you are fully prepared, meet me in the main lobby, okay?
Sounds great.
Perfect.
Well, it was lovely meeting the two of you. I'm gonna finish up some work in here. But I'm so excited that we're finally all a team.
A new party. We should come up with a name.
Oh my god, yes, we totally should.
Names.
Yeah, we all have one.
We do. We'll
And we have to decide this.
we'll
now.
brainstorm it. We can workshop it. It will be okay. We have time. I'm sure this will not be our only mission we will go on.
Oh, absolutely. Come to us. It'll feel right when we know.
I agree. Okay, I have some loose ends just to tie up real quick, but I will meet you tomorrow. I'm so excited. Toodles.
Bye.
So as you guys leave Gemma's clinic, you guys sort of go back to your own personal quarters to pack your things and pack your adventuring packs. Zatari, you go back to your office to finish up some of the never-ending paperwork, as well as give Ruby a rundown of everything she needs to do while you're gone. How do you feel when you're packing up here? It's been a while since you've actually had an adventuring party.
Very excited. I'm hoping it will be like riding a bike. Yes, it has been some time since I have been in a scuffle, but I've done it once before. I can do it again. A little nervous, having the responsibility of leading these three lovely ladies, but I think it will be okay.
You maybe overpack a little bit your adventuring sack. You just never know what you might need. And you take a look around your office fondly, which includes a very detailed map of Baldur's Gate. Kind of like take a minute to kind of map out where you think the Duke might be heading. Sydney, you have your own apartment in the city, since you spend fairly little time in the guild proper.
Yep.
As you leave the dark underground of the Thieves Guild and make your way out into the lower city of Baldur's Gate, it is noisy and full of people in life, and Pickles flies a few feet overhead, and you do notice that Pickles is very well trained. The least Brihiri did was train him to follow her lead.
Probably go get some food.
You realize you don't know what he eats.
Well. That's gonna be annoying. So I go back to my apartment, and so Pickles, I'm assuming, follows me.
Yeah, you think you lose him for a second, and then you as you go upstairs, your apartment's on the third floor of like kind of like above. It's like a bar, and then there's a shop, and then there's like your apartment. It's not even a one bedroom. It's really just like a small studio. And you hear rap, rap, rap at the window. And you see a very large raven just tapping on the glass. He's tapping on it so hard, you're like, oh, I don't want him to break it.
I go and open the window.
He flies in.
Jeez, you didn't need to be so loud about it. Close the window. I think I go into my little kitchen and I figure I probably have some type of crackers or something.
Yeah.
And
Roll me a nature check.
see if Pickles is in. Sure. I would love to.
First roll.
First roll of the game.
Oh no! No pressure. No
First
pressure.
roll of the game.
Come on, Panda Dice.
Oh no. A 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
They rolled a natural 2. At least it wasn't a natural 1.
Yeah. Sydney, you are you kind of look around and you have very little. You kind of like only go shopping when you absolutely have to. You hate the market. It gets way too crowded. You have like a couple of like old canned food that a nice older neighbor had given you, not maybe 2 winters ago. And you have some like just wilting fruits and veggies, as well as like a couple day old loaf of bread and some like dried meats that you keep around. You have no idea what birds, let alone what a giant raven would eat.
Great. Is Pickles like looking at anything in particular, or just watching me?
He is watching you fairly intently. And when you look at him and sort of ask him what, he like cocks his head to look at you, and occasionally will like try and pick at something on the counter. You have like coins and stuff kind of scattered around, and he doesn't seem super interested in anything in particular. He's just kind of checking out his new digs, and he seems to almost be questioning you where Brihiri is.
Pickles, look. She's not coming back. Stuck with me, man. I know. Stuck with me. I don't know why she decided to do this, but you're stuck with me. So, what do you want to eat? Like, does Pickles like go towards the bread, or like I'm just kind of, or it's just Pickles just watching me?
he like cocks his head, blinks at you a couple times, gives a loud caw at you, and goes over to the bread and just unceremoniously, without any rhyme or reason, just starts picking at it. Like completely ruining the whole loaf. It is now his bread.
Yeah, alright, you can have it. I go and grab some of my dried meat and I just start chewing on it. Could be a little better.
We will cut to Cyenna. Cyenna, you have you're currently bunking at the guild. You are the guild provides free meals and, you know, free healthcare, and honestly, it's a sweet gig. It's not that you're ungrateful. It's just a lot, you know? And you definitely didn't want some mentor like all up in your business, even though Zatari is really nice and seems very invested in you. It's been a lot. It's been a lot. As you make your way back to the dorms, you see that your suite mate is not here currently. It's a fairly sparse room. It does have a window which looks over the river. You don't have a ton to your name. Maybe a couple pieces of clothing. Maybe a couple personal items. What are your thoughts as you kind of pack your bag for your new adventure?
My thoughts are about food. And I think I'm deciding on whether I want to pack some sweets and desserts in my bag. I'm worried that there won't be any bakeries while we're gone. And, I tend to get really grumpy if I haven't had dessert in 5 hours. So
your side of the room is kind of littered with dishes and pastry wrappers and such, and you find a sweetbread that you had forgotten about. You take a sniff. Go ahead and make me a perception check.
First roll. Okay, so grab your dice.
mm-hmm.
You'll get the 20. D20.
Listen.
Baby's first dice
You'll
roll.
look at
Yes.
Perception +4.
Mhm.
So go ahead and roll, and then you'll add 4.
Oh, you have good
13, so
perception.
17 total.
Take a sniff of the sweetbread, and it's questionable. It's questionable. You see that it is starting to get a little fuzzy in places. Do you decide to pack your old bread, or are you gonna try and weasel your way into some fresher sweets?
I decide to put the old bread into my bag. Because I'm thinking maybe it comes in handy later. And then also consider weaseling more sweets before I go. I figure that I'll be gone and no one will think about me because I'm not there once they discover that there's missing desserts. Should I go down to the kitchens?
Yeah, you can totally do that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go to the kitchen.
You
wherever
make
they
your
make
way
our food.
back down towards the cafeteria and slip into the back of the house. Technically, non-cooks are not allowed in here, but in your short time that you have been here, you have you know what you're about, and what you're about is food. And you have made friends with a hobgoblin named Omir, who well, he lets you come in and threatens to tell the powers that be every time, but it hasn't happened yet. You see Omir look over to you, let out a big sigh. Hey kid, what you doing in here?
Hey pal, hey buddy, Omir. You're looking really nice today, you know that?
Always with the compliments. Well, okay, what do you need?
Well, I'm gonna be gone for a few days, and just want to make sure that I have the most important items in my bag before I leave. You know, Omir, nobody makes a pie like you do. You have any extra?
Okay. Fine. He is making like a big show of being real frustrated with you, but he nonetheless goes and pulls out a fresh blueberry pie from the oven and pops it down, and he starts to like wrap it in some like parchment paper for you, and he goes, okay, now you can't tell anyone you were down here, and you definitely can't tell anyone that I'm giving you this whole pie right now. You better skedaddle. And he sort of like pushes the pie into your hands. You can feel it still warm through the parchment, and he sort of like shoves you out of the kitchen. And he's like, good luck on your adventure, kid.
Thanks, Amir. You're the best.
Yeah. Tell my boss.
I'll sing your praises next time I see them.
He gives you like
a
cheeky, like friendly wink as you leave. And you return to pack up the rest of your meager belongings.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I pack the few things that I have. A really shiny spoon that I bought with my first score. And maybe some chapstick. And my giant horn that is collapsible, but when I uncollapse it, it's humongous.
Amazing.
And what else should I pack? And I'm just gonna eat whatever else I need, but then carefully place this pie on top of my bag, on the on the top part, so it doesn't get squished.
Very important.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and then on top of that, I put my journal. And yeah, I'm ready to go. I feel like I'm ready.
You nestle down for the night, knowing that you have to be up early, and sleep comes before your roommate comes back. Gemma. You see a couple more patients. Nothing too crazy. A lot of sniffles and coughs. One guy, you did have to reattach a thumb, but you made it happen. And as you wind down for the evening, you lock up the clinic and make your way to your own apartment within the city, which is just by the temple of your god, Loki.
I think I go inside the temple before going in. Just to pay my respects and just to be like, hey, so like, I'm going on a big adventure tomorrow, and it's been a while since I've done something like that, so like, make sure we're successful and we'll get all the goods and all that stuff, so you could send me a sign that I gotta do something really funny, that'd be great. Also, I think I have 3 new friends, and that's exciting too. Just thought you'd like to know. Okay, thanks. And then go into my apartment.
Having successfully paid tribute to your god, go ahead and make me a religion check. See if you get that sign.
$14.
As you leave the temple, and as you walk back to your apartment, it's not super far. What you like about it is there is many sweet little shops, mostly selling food items on the way home, so you always can like pick up your dinner. You see some very well-dressed women walking by. You don't always see that in the lower city, and as you're watching them, you watch them for a minute. One is dressed in green, the other maroon, and one in blue, and they are having a lively conversation about their newest hat maker in their district. When unceremoniously you see a bird take a shit on one of their hats, much to their chagrin, and they begin screaming. And you smile to yourself, and you go, "That's the sign I needed."
Always looking after me. As I point to the sky like this. Always looking after me. Like this.
You, with a spring in your step, make your way back to your apartment, which is very cheerfully decorated. You got a lot of tchotchkes in here. You got a lot of knickknacks. And anything in particular you pack for your journey?
Probably just like, let's see, my usual equipment. I will bring my disguise and forgery kit. I'll also be sure to bring like a few of my bottles of whatever it is with me, just in case I can make a sale on the way. You never know.
You never know.
You never know. I make a note to myself in the morning, before we meet up, to stop by like one of the local shops or bakeries to give everyone a morning muffin. You know, a good way to like break the ice and hopefully get on everyone's good side and all that fun stuff.
As you scrawl on a random scroll a reminder to yourself, you smile thinking about your newfound friends and the exciting adventure you're about to go on. You blow out the candle and lay down for bed. The next morning, you guys awake bright and early and do your morning rituals and things that you need to do to get ready. And you all meet at the front of the Thieves Guild. Gemma arrives last. However, she is carrying a basket of muffins with her.
I got one for each of us. Good morning.
Oh
Here,
my goodness.
please.
Oh, how kind of you, Gemma.
We shouldn't
grab
travel
the
on an
muffin.
empty stomach.
Ooh, cinnamon.
Oh my god, muffins. What kind of muffins are these?
They're a little assorted. I didn't know what we liked, so I thought maybe one of each would be good.
Alright, I'm gonna take this this berry muffin. That's what it looks like.
Great.
I hope it's a berry.
Probably is. What does Pickles want?
I look down at Pickles.
You just see he like puts like his full like face into the basket, and he comes up and he has a full muffin on the beak of like poppy seed, and he immediately starts like decimating it on the ground next to you. Poppy seeds are everywhere. But he seems happy about it.
Good.
I respect that. I grab the banana nut muffin. Respect that.
Gemma, this is so sweet. Thank you so much.
Oh my goodness. It's not a problem at all. We're family now.
Family, I love this.
What's mine is yours, except it's usually mine. Don't touch it. All right, so direction are we headed in?
I think Zatari was probably like, she has Ruby next to her and was like finishing up some business. Like, no, don't forget to send that letter. That is very
Okay,
important.
yes, the letter,
And
yep.
then check in with the minister of I forget his name. You know the one.
Oh, the
Check
minister?
in with him about the thing of, you know, the thing. I can't remember anything. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yes, of
You've
course.
got it handled.
Yes, okay.
I'm sure.
And you'll be back soon? You'll be back soon, right?
Well, I'm not sure. Hopefully it won't take long. I mean, it's just robbing a carriage, so I would not think that would be too long, but
Oh, okay.
you never know. I will contact you if anything comes up, okay?
She looks
You've
terrified
got this, Ruby.
that you're gonna leave her alone for more than 24 hours.
If you need any help, just ask one of the other ranked officers, okay?
Her face falls and like pales thinking about asking one of the other high rank group members. She goes, of course, Oracle, right away. Delphi will be here any moment. And just as she
good.
says that, you hear hooves on the cobblestones trotting up. Zatari, please describe your caravan and your
That's
beautiful
my
pony.
ride. Yes. Okay, so a beautiful Shetland pony named Delphi. It is red with blonde mane. Very shaggy, cute little pony. She is drawing a beautiful covered wagon that also has very celestial fortune teller looking design to it. Very like navy blues and gold trim and constellation designs and moons and things. Very fancy, very cute. It looks like a small, normal sized covered wagon. It's kind of like a gypsy, you know those gypsy caravan wagons.
I'm sorry, what was the horse's name again?
Delphi.
Like the oracle.
Got it.
You can
Thank
see
you
that
so
Delphi
I know
much,
is
this
Ruby.
very
stands
well.
out, right? Like this is not like for subtle things. This is for like, hi, I'm here. Pay attention to me things.
Oh, you would be surprised. Not very many people pay attention to a wandering fortune teller. Trust me, I would know. Well, Ruby, I think you will do great on your own. I'm gonna
Okay.
just like pat her like lovingly on the cheek and just like turn her around and push her off like towards the direction of my
She looks
office.
literally
Okay, I'll
terrified.
see you soon. Don't worry, you'll be great. I've trained you for this. You know what to do.
Okay.
Alright, let's go.
Delphi is very
And-
happy to see you and like clomps her hooves on the cobblestones. Pickles immediately like places himself, like hooks his talons onto like her saddle and loudly caws on her ear. You guys,
As we exit like the building, I'm gonna put my hood up and
Mhm.
like quickly like scurry over to the caravan so that no one sees me like come out of the building.
Totally. You guys are looking at the carriage, and I mean, it's gonna be a tight squeeze for all of you.
Come on, hurry up. Let's go.
Is there a seat outside of the carriage?
No need.
Okay.
Come on, we will all fit.
Are you sure?
Trust me.
Okay.
All right.
It's
think-
bigger than it looks.
I think we all reluctantly go in.
Yeah.
Zatari like
reluctantly.
throws the door open, and go ahead and describe the inside of the caravan.
So the inside is very similar to her office, but it's more like cozy and homey. But when you walk in, it's bigger on the inside. It looks like a 2-story house. There's a beautiful fireplace burning, and there's lots of luxurious like couches and like lounges around, and a very cute like cottagey kitchen, and there's like a winding staircase that goes up. It looks like a small house, but it's house-sized on the inside. It's got like stained glass windows and things. Very magical.
Nothing short of baller.
You know, I did not expect that when we stepped into this character.
Holy shit, this is
I
a whole
need-
house.
Isn't it lovely?
I
Yeah.
immediately find a couch to sit on.
Oh my god, this is beautiful. This is the nicest place I've ever been in. And it's on wheels.
I'm glad you like it. Okay, let's get going.
Sydney, you like sink into overly cushy pillows.
Ugh. This is not meant for small people. Ugh. I immediately just sit like right on the edge of the couch so I don't literally sink in. Are you sure this couch is not going to eat me?
It's okay. I am
It's gonna eat me.
favorable to feathered down cushions, which is probably why you are sinking. But don't worry.
I immediately move from the sofa to the floor.
I have many floor pillows if you would like.
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. And off we go.
Delphi seems to be able to, like, kind of wind her way through the lower city by herself. You guys do notice that there is a window that opens, like, to the outside, which you guys can open during your journey to, like, see everyone from the caravan or check on the animals. But, yeah, you guys are just comfy in the caravan. It's fairly ornate, and the three of you, besides Zatari, sort of wonder, how did Zatari get a caravan like this? This is not run-of-the-mill, like, or even something that a quote-unquote, like, poor con man would come across.
So what'd you do to score this?
Oh, I used to do some adventuring back in my day. I know
But-
people.
Yeah,
You know, you make yourself sound older than you actually are. You do realize that, right?
Yes, well, the past few years of my life have been very exciting, shall we say.
Hmm.
Is your kitchen, is it fully stocked?
It is, yes. You can help yourself.
Thank you.
Cyenna immediately gets up and starts like opening every like pantry door. Go ahead and make an investigation check, Cyenna.
What do I do?
Same way. I'd recommend putting it down on a flat surface and then +4.
9.
Unfortunately, Zatari does not seem to have any ready-made sweets. She has a lot of like canned goods in here. She has a variety of spices, and dried meats and the like. She has like ingredients to make bread with and such. But unfortunately, she does not stash any like cupcakes or anything in here.
How long is it gonna take us to get there, Zatari?
Oh, just a few hours, I believe. It is not too far from the city.
Oh.
Well, we travel. Maybe you three could come up with a good plan. And Zatari is like sitting at this really cushy like driver's seat that's like totally like enclosed from the elements, just like kind of keeping watch over Delphi as she like moves through the city.
You
Any
guys
good idea?
Well,
pass on down, and all you guys know is that the Duke will be coming through the outer city just after sunset. You guess. Go ahead, Sydney. Sorry.
I am.
so which outer city? Are we talking about the one more like north? Are we talking about the more
The southern one, the one that's closer to the lower city, south of the Low Lantern and Basilisk Gate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just looked at the map. I was like, wow, there are 3 outer cities. Which one?
Yes.
Okay. Do we know what the Duke's caravan looks like?
I'll give them a description of what my intel has given me.
Zatari mentions that the Duke is a fairly ostentatious man. And that's part of the reason why the guild believes that he's been like misusing his taxes. And that he has a particular coat of arms, with a giant griffin on it, in sort of like a pouncing lunge. Gold and blue are his colors.
Do we know if there are any? Sorry, let me phrase this. Zatari, do you know if there are any like guards? I mean, I'm assuming there's guards because he's a dude.
Yes, many guards. Which is why we brought Gemma, just in case.
Fine. You'll hardly need me.
You never know. But I think the 4 of us can outsmart some guards. Sorry, Pickles, 5 of us.
I need to change that name. Pickles is not gonna work. Oh.
I think it's endearing.
Yeah, no, I'm still gonna try to change his name. Well, this is gonna be a thing. I'm gonna do this. Okay, so dusk is gonna be the best time. That'll be fun.
We could
Do we know if there's
go-
any like high ground? Do we know if there's
Well, if we are able to catch them in the forest, I'm sure there will be high ground. Bit hilly out there. Lots of places we could find to ambush, possibly.
Are we looking for anything in particular, or we just taking all his shit?
We're taking all of his shit. Yes,
Love it.
all of it. He does not deserve it. He does not use it for good. it is better in our hands.
Right. We'll have 2 carriages to bring home.
If we can
What does the
manage,
Thieves
yes.
Guild want from the dude? Just the disruption, or
Disruption, and perhaps this will point out to the authorities that is not all he seems to be. Also, we will use the funds for our guild. And
or
you, of course, get the cut.
well, I mean, obviously.
Obviously.
Is there a specific cut? Like, does the guild get like 60%? Do they get like 80%? Like, what's the, since you're the treasurer?
Well, it depends on how the mission goes. And also depends on how much we are able to get. We would also need to, find out how much the material goods are worth if we are taking something, that's not usually more has an ambiguous price, but typically
Gotcha.
it is about, I would say, 80-20, but it depends. But
Gotcha.
the standard is 80-20.
Well, I would suggest some type of an ambush. Surprise attack. Get the jump on
We
them.
could go the stealthy route. We could go.
I mean, I'm all for the stealthy route.
We could
All
go.
of you are pretty sneaky, right?
I believe so. From what I have heard from other people that you all have encountered. We could also go the tricky route and disguise ourselves.
I like disguises.
I mean, I prefer the shadows personally. But I mean, we could also do a combination too.
Is true.
Do you have a chest of disguises in this mansion of a carriage?
Do I?
Oh my god, makeovers!
Makeovers!
I got my stuff too, just in case.
I'll take them up to my bedroom, and there's like a cute little vanity and like a walk-in closet that's got all these different types of costumes and outfits.
It seems as if Zatari at one point maybe had a bit of a habit of like stealing people's clothes for her elaborate, schemes. And boy howdy, there's everything from, vagabond rags to the latest fashions in court.
Are they all for medium-sized creatures? Yeah.
I defer to Zatari. Yeah.
Yeah, I think most of them would be medium. I think
I'll
some
stick
of
to the
them could
shadows.
probably be like sort of adjusted with like pins and ties to sort of fit like a smaller person.
I can also cast disguise self if I need to. So I'll stick to the shadows for now and let you guys do what you do.
Works for me.
Cool.
So what should be the disguise as?
Sydney immediately leaves the room as soon as Zasari asks that question. Nope.
Sydney, come back. This is important for planning.
Why do I need to know what you guys are wearing?
So you don't
Because-
attack us, silly!
Well, that is a good point, but also so you know the story, so you know how the plan will go. For example, let's say I am a lady, maybe not a high noble lady, but you know, a lady who is walking across the street and oh no, I have been run over by the caravan. Ouch. How
How about-
terrible.
You leave the door open and speak loudly.
I can do that. It's okay.
Okay.
So,
I start perusing her bookshelves while
Okay.
I'm listening to this conversation.
the books are mostly about like tarot card readings and like astrology.
Ugh. Nothing interesting.
There's some like magician like ways to like fool people, like to trick people, sleight of hand stuff. Like
That Sydney grabs and starts kind of skimming through.
kind of like magic for dummies, but like the
Yeah,
kind of
that would be
magic.
perfect for Sydney. Just to kind of peruse. Alright.
So
Tasha's
yes,
cauldron
I could
for the
be.
soul.
Yes, exactly. So maybe one of us gets run over. Oh no, not really. But you know, oh no, I've been hit. How could you? And we make the caravan stop. Some sneaky people are able to get up to the caravan and infiltrate. And maybe while two of us are like, oh no, how terrible, we can surprise the guards that are outside and maybe try to lead them away while the other two kind of take care of what's happening inside the caravan.
Oh, I really like that idea. I feel like it really plays into all of our strengths. You're kind of sneaky, and you're kind of sneaky. The two of yous could be sneaky if you want. Unless you want to pretend you got ran over.
Probability of me being run over is very low. I'd rather be sneaky. When we ambush the Duke, are we gonna be in the city still, or will we be towards maybe the woods?
I believe
would
we should
recommend
do
outside.
this in the woods, yes.
Yeah. That'll help being sneaky, especially at dusk.
So, Gemma and I will be the ladies who get run over. You two will sneak into the back while they are distracted and take care of the people on the inside, including the Duke. And we will lead the guards away, hopefully try to incapacitate them somehow, and then join you, rendezvous with you, to finish up and take all of the goods, shove the Duke out the door and leave him on the road, and take all of his things.
Sounds good to me.
Can we borrow pickles for this one too?
Yep.
Maybe we could pretend like, oh no, our bird, we need to get our bird. And then we follow Pickles wherever he ends up going and it takes us to wherever. That way, you know, it gives them time to do the sneaky sneaks.
That would be a good idea. I believe I could be very convincing that I have been run over without actually being run over.
Sounds
I
great.
am quite the actress.
Can I borrow a cloak? My
Yes,
clothes are
I
kind of
have-
shiny.
I have many different cloaks. I have quite a few cloaks meant for being stealthy. Take your pick.
You see that part of the walk-in closet is literally just cloaks. And there's basically one in every color. They all tend to be a little bit more muted in tone, however.
I'm gonna choose a long velvet green cloak. Dark green, like a tree.
Oh, that suits you beautifully.
I know, doesn't it?
You look stunning! Oh my god.
Thanks, Gemma.
You need to tell me where you get your whole outfit. You know, where you go shopping, because your style is just mwah, perfect.
Thanks, Zatari. It's I stole it from my roommate back at the guild.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
It looked better on me anyway.
You look quite hot in it, yes. Well, I guess I will ask your roommate later where she got her clothes. But, oh my gosh, Gemma, I think this color would look so pretty on you.
Oh my god! It's my favorite color, purple! You know me so well.
Oh. I think I'm going to go with this this peasant looking dress. Still classy, but you know, not high class classy. Just like well off middle class lady in the village outside of town.
You pull off anything you wear. And what about you, Sydney? You gonna wear a cloak? Be sneaky sneaky. They have black ones in here.
Yeah, sounds good.
I do
Pop
have
in,
some
grab a
little
black-
capelets that I think would fit you.
I try on the capelet.
It's kind of perfect. It's not too flashy. On you, it's long,
It actually
but
looks
not
like a cloak.
too long. Yeah. For you to trip over, and for like basically the first time since you guys have met, Sydney, she smiles to herself a little, and Sydney kind of like remembers herself, and then goes back to like kind of like hating everything.
Can I make a roll to see if I noticed this?
Yeah, for sure. Roll an insight check.
Yes. Which dice will I use? This one.
And Sydney, go ahead and make me a deception check. See how good you hide your feelings.
Well, that is a 19 plus 9, so...
I mean, it would have to be a nat 20.
It'd have to be a nat 20, yeah. But hey, you might roll it.
It's not a nat 20. I mean, it was an 18, but I would not.
But not plus
have,
9, yeah.
No.
Zatari, you like this isn't your first rodeo, you know what I mean? And Sydney has been with the guild for some time. She isn't very involved with the guild, but you remember like a rumor that you heard when Sydney first joined, and how people were like surprised when they met her because she is a lot more aloof than people would suspect. Brihiri had a little bit of a reputation in the guild as being like very fun-loving, very joyous. She was a tiefling like yourself, and you have your suspicions that Sydney is a little wounded by Brihiri dying a lot more than she's like really letting on.
Oh. I'll make a note of it mentally and just like kind of also smile myself, knowing she is having a little bit of fun.
This will work, and I immediately leave.
Yeah. You clomp down the stairs back to your
Yep.
raven,
Go back.
who
Yep.
is like perched on the book and is just sort of like flying in and out of the window like to entertain himself. And then for the just as you leave town, the main Baldur's Gate, he comes back with like a whole bag of fries. And he starts like choking down the fries.
Well, it's good to know that you can feed yourself.
He's gone full seagull.
Huh. Makes me a little less worried about keeping you alive. Meh. I grab the book, and I go back to reading it, while Pickles is eating the fries.
So you
If I
guys
see Pickles is like perching on the books and stuff, I'm gonna be like, I'm keeping an eye on you, Pickles. If you poop on my books again, you know what will happen.
He gives a confused, like, wide stare at you, and you give him like a mean look, and he flies over to sit to the top of the couch near Sydney. And is like, I'm good. I'm being good. So the ride takes like a couple hours, like the better part of the day. Like navigating such a caravan through Baldur's Gate is a little bit of a task. It's not every section is meant for full caravans to ride through. And you guys kind of have to like meander and go the long way for certain things. And then eventually you guys hit the outer city. This is it's essentially like a smaller town that people who don't want to live directly in the city but still maybe have jobs on like the docks and stuff will kind of like make their claim here. You guys see it's a fairly big town. And you do see people like moseying about and stuff, children like running through the streets. The caravan has a lot more room to breathe out here, and in the not so far distance, you do see a pretty large wood coming up. The outer city civilians, like some of them wave at your caravan as you pass by. Others like kind of like look a little cautiously at the ostentatiousness of the caravan. And just as Zatari said, around sunset, you guys find yourselves at the edge of the town, approaching the woods.
I think I would kind of like pull off the road and find sort of a safe place to hide Delphi in the carriage.
So you
Like,
guys
not
pull off
too
the
far away
road,
from the road.
and you guys find like basically someone's like barn, and you park it like behind the barn. Do you take Delphi with you, or do you leave them there?
I'll leave Delphi with the carriage, and I'll also like find the farmer that owns the barn and just kind of go up to them and I'm gonna disguise myself. Just with like a disguise kit, like no magic. But I'm gonna go up to him and just be like, "Oh, hello. I was wondering, if I could just park my caravan right here, just for like a few hours. I have some business nearby, and I just want to make sure my pony stays safe. Is that okay with you? I could pay you."
Well, gee, that is a fancy caravan you got there. Ooh, is that a miniature pony? Wow, that is some fancy city things. Gold,
Isn't
did you
she
say?
cute? Yes, I could do gold. Could you also maybe feed my pony for me while I am gone?
Oh, well, sure.
Perfect. And I'll give him 5 gold.
Oh, well, right away, miss. And he sort of like runs back into his house, and like you see him coming out, and he has got like pail of like oats or whatever. 5 gold is like a lot to this dude. And he like starts like brushing Delphi for you, and Delphi sort of like looks at you and is like, but you reassure her that you will be back and she's safe
Don't
here.
worry, Delphi. I will be back soon. Should not be more than just a few hours, I think. Okay, toodles!
You guys
Thanking you.
put your cloaks up as you make your way to the woods. As dusk sort of comes upon you and the sun finally sets. Are you guys how far into the woods, if at all, into the woods do you go?
Ooh.
I'd say pretty far.
I mean, you don't want to go. I would probably pick a place where, like, there's really not much of anything around, like, not near the farm or anything. But I wouldn't also go, like, an hour away from where the farm is.
Yeah.
Maybe, like, 15, 20 minutes into the woods.
If we could find a spot where maybe like the woods kind of cuts through, like, you know how sometimes in like hilly areas they kind of like just carve through the hill instead of like, you know, following it.
Mhm.
And it kind of creates like one side or two sides along the road. Maybe if we could find somewhere like that like we can kind of like get the high ground and stay
nice.
hidden.
All right. Go ahead
And that way we could like cut them off too, like
Yeah.
box them in if we need to.
So as you guys are preparing your ambush, go ahead and make me, all of you, a stealth check and a perception check.
It's always a d20, yeah. So your stealth is further down. You're always gonna look here. So stealth, and what was it?
Perception.
Perception. Oh no,
Well,
Zatari.
That was a nat 1 for myself.
Wow.
Oh!
Treasure of the guild.
That's it.
Nat 1.
It's a 9
That's hella
for
funny.
my perception.
Oh my. I was gonna say, I got an 18 for stealth and a dirty 20 for perception.
Okay.
I accidentally fall down the hill. Like, wow!
Yeah, Zatari, you're like happily chatting about like your ambush plot, and at some point, Sydney shushes you.
And so then I think we could.
Hey! Quiet!
Oh, sorry. Are they coming? Are they here?
Be quiet. We need to get set up.
Why? Gemma gets a 19 stealth and then 17 perception.
Okay.
Do I get that much, or does it just go to 20?
No, you get that much.
Okay. Cyenna gets 24 stealth and
Nice.
13 perception.
So, Cyenna, you, like, with your new cloak, you blend right into the trees, and you are so hidden that for a minute the party can't find you, and then they see they spot you behind a tree, and sort of are like, okay, great. Gemma and Sydney, you guys also have no problems hiding yourself, and you are on a sharp lookout for this other caravan, and you do hear in the not so far distance like wheels and horses. You know that they are coming fairly quickly. Zatari, you do a bad job of hiding yourself, but part of your plan was that you were going to quote unquote be run over by the carriage, so you simply are like focusing on when is the carriage going to get here. The carriage seems to be approaching at a fairly rapid pace, and as you guys are perched up in your spots, eventually you see a pretty big carriage. It's pulled by 4 horses, and they are traveling like pretty fast, to be honest. But you guys recognize the gold and blue coat of arms that signals that this is the Duke.
There he is. Okay, I'm going to get ready to get run over. If Pickles could fly in front of them, I will follow, okay?
Alright, I tell Pickles, I'm like...
Sydney, give me an animal handling check.
Yep. See how this goes.
That's a confident yup.
Yup. Okay. 18.
Okay. What do you say to Pickles?
I say, head towards the caravan and help Zatari and Gemma.
He like, you swear he nods, and without his usual caca, silently swoops down and is like, you can see him like poised on a low branch. Zatari, make me a performance check as you fall in front of the carriage dramatically.
I am better at those.
Can I give the help action?
How are you helping?
Oh no, my friend has fallen and she cannot get up.
Okay, sure. Roll with advantage, Zatari.
Please help.
Okay. That is going to be a 17 plus 11, so 28.
Oh, Jesus! You are, like...
Wait, Raven, come back!
Perfectly timed. Pickles swoosh right in front of the 4 horses, and they like do the horsing where they like rear up a little bit, completely stopping the carriage, and you, in perfect sync, fall dramatically in front of the horses, just close enough so it looks like they stomped on you, but they definitely missed. And Gemma is... Yeah, go ahead, Zatari.
I'm also gonna, like, use a little bit of thaumaturgy to, like, shake the ground to make the carriage feel like it ran over something.
Awesome. It is extremely convincing. For a second, Cyenna and Sydney look on with horror, thinking that Zatari has met an early demise. And then you wait another second or two, and you hear Gemma go, "Oh no, my friend has fallen, and she cannot get up." And you're like, "Oh, right, the plan." And you see the driver. He has like a pretty tattered like hat on, and he sort of like jumps down from the front and kind of comes over to Zatari, and he's like, "Hey, what's all this then?"
While
Oh,
he
it's
was getting
a
out,
tiefling. Jesus.
No, I think I would still be kind of like disguised as a human.
Okay,
like, I
yeah,
have my hood up and stuff, and like I've painted my face. And
Okay.
I've got like contacts in and stuff.
Oh, lady, you can't just be falling in the middle of the road places. Here, let me help you up.
I think while he was like getting out of the carriage, I took like a little bit of like a bottle of red like makeup and like spilled it on my leg. Like, oh my leg!
Oh, Jesus, you're bleeding!
Run over! I cannot stand.
That bug came out of nowhere.
He is my family's bird. He is the only way we can communicate with our family members across the city.
Please, my good sir, please help my friend.
This dude is panicking because he's like, shit, I've like murdered this woman. As
I cannot walk.
Oh, geez. Okay, well, hold on. Let's take a little look at it here. And you just like are like, oh, the pain. Cyenna and Sydney,
it hurts so much.
Go ahead and make another stealth check to sneak around the back.
That's a 16 for me.
24 for me.
Very nice. You guys sneak around silently. And you guys like kind of exchange like a glance between each other, like a haha, our plan is working so good. And you open the back of the carriage wordlessly, and you see a couple of things inside. You see like a couple of like very nice oil paintings, as well as like a crate that seems to have a bunch of like bottles and stuff in it. You see a couple of like trunks, and the like, and you also notice that in here, like you can like basically like there's like a small window that like looks to the outside. You see that another man has like jumped down from the front of the carriage, and he's like kind of helping the other guy now. They are very involved in whatever they're doing, and you guys feel very confident that you can nick whatever you want.
What do you think?
How
we
big
should
are the
grab
oil
first?
paintings?
Oil
Yeah.
paintings?
How big are the oil paintings? Yeah.
There's a couple. They range in size from like pretty large to like fairly like small enough that you could like tuck it under your cloak.
Okay. Because I don't think the fairly large stuff is gonna. I think that'll be more difficult and more heavy. I can only lift so much.
That would be a very funny visual, though.
That would be really, really funny. Hobbit-sized Sydney is
It's like an
giant
ant
oil
carrying
painting.
a big breadcrumb
Yeah.
or something.
So yeah, Sydney's going to grab some of the smaller oil paintings that she could easily hide away in her bag. Is there any signs of any like jewelry, money?
Yeah. Both of you make me either an investigation or a perception check.
Which one is better?
What does that mean? 16.
16? Okay.
I got 15.
Is that for perception or investigation from you guys?
Perception for me.
Investigation.
Okay. So, Sydney, you look around, and as you start, like, shoving various things in your pocket, you notice that some of the crates and such look like they've been perused lately, and like it looks like they're not like packed correctly. Like there's a few components that are missing. And Cyenna, you notice as you're walking around, you're looking for like jewels or something like that. You notice a little bit of blood on the ground.
I think Cyenna is going to follow the blood, see where the blood is coming from.
Silently, you look at the blood. You look at Sydney, you nod, and the blood trails to a locked chest.
I think we should open the chest.
Right.
Are there any traps?
Make a check for traps. It'll be another investigation check for you guys to examine the chest specifically for traps.
11 plus 15.
Here, that's 22.
Okay. Cyenna, you're looking it over. You're like, it's definitely locked. And then Sydney, with your 22, you don't think that there is any trap set up in here. Simply a big fat lock.
Okay. I'll go ahead. I look at Cyenna and be like, do you want to pick the lock or do you want me to?
I think you should pick the lock.
Alright. I will pick the lock with my thieves' tools.
This is what you guys do.
Yep.
You whip out your thieves' tools and start going to work.
Sleight of hand.
Yeah, sleight of hand. All you guys hear is just absolute commotion from the front as Zatari and Gemma are like hamming it up. And the two guys are just like really buying into it.
This will ruin my reputation.
That's gonna be a 19.
Sir, please.
As the lock click in your hands, you gently take it off, and you look at Cyenna and you're like, okay, and you whip it open, and much to your absolute shock, you see a very portly man in a kind of too tight blue and gold outfit, and like a floofy like white collar under. He seems to have an extremely nasty head injury, and he's just like passed out in the chest, and his head like lolls to the side.
Oh my god, is that the Duke?
I think so. And can I tell, like, is he like breathing or is he like?
Yeah, make me a medicine check.
Okay.
You're like,
Oh, that was actually not that bad. That was actually a decent roll. 18.
Yeah, he's breathing, but he took a wild head injury. He should not be sleeping. He for sure has a concussion.
Oh, Jesus.
I close the trunk.
Close the trunk back, and
Like, As quietly as possible.
And
Are there any other signs? Are there
Of
any
struggle?
other clues or signs of who was last here? Because things are missing already. What's missing?
You see that a couple of potions are missing. You never found any jewelry or any gold or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
You see that there is one bloody footprint, kind of close to the trunk. And as Cyenna whispers, "Oh my god, it's the Duke," your mind starts whirling, and you realize that the Duke would have way more guards than 2 guards if he was traveling like this. And you start to grow suspicious of the 2 men helping Zatari and Gemma.
I pull out my bow and I say, "Those aren't 2 guards. I don't think those are 2 guards that Zatari and Gemma are working on right now. You ready?"
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right.
If I'm able to get a moment, while I'm pretending to cry or something,
Mhm.
and Gemma's kind of distracting them, I'll cast message and point towards carriage secretly and whisper, I think probably to Cyenna, and just say, "How's it going in there?"
Cyenna, you can respond to that message.
So essentially, you're hearing a message in your head, of her voice, and you can respond
Once.
So think about what you want to say.
I respond with stranger danger.
That's good.
Hearing that, can I do a vibe check on these guys?
Yeah, you can insight check.
And while that's kind of happening, I make my way out.
Okay.
I still stay behind the carriage.
All right. You're prepped to go.
Prep to go.
That is 14 plus 9.
23.
23. Zatari, as you're down on the ground pretending to be injured, you notice that one of the guards, his boot is has a strange dark liquid on it, and you start to look the men over a little bit, and you realize that a guard of this caliber, his guards, or a duke of this caliber, his guards would be clothed a little better and in the colors that they are not in.
I'm going to give a pointed look to Gemma and try to communicate with my eyes what's going on.
I think I just look back at her can I roll to see if I understand?
Sure, roll God, what would that be?
Perception?
Roll an
No.
insight, I guess.
Yeah. 17.
By the look in Zatari's eyes, you know something's off, something's wrong.
Okay. I think with that knowledge,
You more than likely saw her cast message, and you would know what that looks like. but the guards were
Yeah.
distracted. So you're like, okay, she cast message, and now she's giving me a look. I think something's fucked.
I think as like we continue to ham it up, I touch her shoulder, and I cast guidance on you. So you get a D4.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, an additional D4 just in case.
Okay. In that case, like feeling her do that, can I see if Cyenna or Sydney hop out of the carriage?
Sure, make a perception check.
Also, are both guards currently with us?
Yes, you see the two guards, and you can make a perception check to start be like, is there more?
Okay. 14.
You kind of try and look, but it's you don't see them sneaking around, which kind of makes sense to you because you're like, well, they're being really sneaky right now.
I'm a little bit proud.
Oh yeah, did you use your guidance?
23.
That's a good question.
I won't use my guidance for it.
Guidance you can keep using as long as
it's not
Gemma's
like inspiration.
concentrating.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's not like bardic inspiration. Like, girl,
Well, in
you
that
use that
case-
guidance.
Yeah.
Hell yes, I will use
Like,
the
please
guidance.
use your guidance.
I also got a 23.
Okay,
Perception,
nice.
So, yeah.
Gemma, the hair on the back of your neck
50.
starts standing up, and you look around, and you are fairly certain that you saw someone flip behind a tree really quickly. You are starting to this is all happening in seconds. You're starting to get really freaked out. Okay, and then Zatari, your perception was a 15. When Cyenna says stranger danger, you start putting together in your head what may have happened, and you realize that you're going to be at a severe disadvantage if you're on the ground. And the men are sort of righto, well, we'll just get you fixed up here. And they are trying to help you up and kind of push you on your way. Miss, I'm so sorry. I'm sure we can come to some agreement on.
Ouch!
Oh, sorry about that. And the horses are also really distressed, so they're clomping on the ground, and you see the other guard kind of looking around.
Okay.
From inside the caravan,
Mhm.
can I see anyone else? So I'm assuming right now I'm hidden.
You look out to the forest.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and make me a perception check to just see if you see what Gemma sees.
It's a 12.
You're very nervous on how this is going so far, and you don't see anyone hiding in the trees. It's now pretty dark in the forest, but you know that you have to act very quickly in order to get the jump on these guys.
Okay. Even though I can't see anyone in the forest, but I know where the people in the front are.
Yeah, totally.
So with my So what I'd like to do with my bow is I'd like to come out of the caravan and kind of go around the edge of the caravan with my bow and arrow. And I'd like to shoot one of them.
All right.
Assuming I can see them.
Yes. Go ahead and roll for attack. Cyenna, what are you doing? Are you going to sneak on the other side, or are you going to follow Sydney?
I'm gonna go into the carriage and look through the window and see if I could, if I'm close to any of the fake guards.
You see that.
Can I see any of the fake guards?
You see Zatari on the ground, and then a guard sort of like right over her. You see Gemma on the far right side of the horses, and a guard right in front of her, and that's the guard that Sydney's shooting at right now.
23 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
Then I think I will try to use my short bow and see if I could attack the other guard from the window.
Alright, roll to attack.
Yeah. So you'll do your short bow. So you'll roll and you'll add
6, so 17.
Do I get sneak attack?
Of course! He don't know you there.
Oh yeah, sneak attack for me too, I guess.
Yeah.
again. Your first roll is a 16.
17.
Everybody get sneak attack.
And then I roll again.
My only
14.
next question, D,
So you take
because I have Dread Ambusher for my Gloomstalker. This at the start of your first turn of each combat. I'm assuming this is the start of my first turn.
Yep.
Okay, then I get another D8.
Wow. Gloomstalkers are ridiculous.
Yeah. And with Rogue, it's a lot of fun. So that's going to be 19.
19 damage?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on, let me double check
I
this.
rolled 3 5s. I rolled 3 5s. I get +4.
Immediately, this guard you get him right in the back of the head, and Gemma, all you see is this dude fall completely forward right at your feet, arrow in the back of his head, and you see Sydney, short Sydney, right there with the arrow, with her bow, and she whips back off to the side, prepping for another shot.
Yep.
Everyone, roll initiative. Cyenna, what did you roll to hit?
I
the other guy.
rolled 17.
Okay, that hits. And then roll your damage with sneak attack.
Okay, so is it d20 for damage?
Yes.
So 13 for damage,
Plus,
plus a sneak attack.
yeah.
I rolled 14 for sneak attack. Or do I roll again?
So for damage, it's 3d6. So you'll need, and then grab that one, and you'll roll that. Add those up.
6. So 20.
20
Right.
damage?
Yeah.
Oh, immediately, that other guard also goes down, right in the back of the neck. Zatari, blood spurts all over your outfit, and you're like a little shocked, and then you see Sienna's like eyes like through the window as she like pops back down, and you guys hear arrows being shot from the side of the forest. Okay, so who got between 20 and 15?
Oh, I didn't roll.
Oh, for initiative?
So
Okay.
I don't know what's
You were like,
happening.
whoa.
Roll a d20.
Initiative.
Roll your page up.
5.
So you'll add
Round 1, fight.
that.
8.
So Sienna's an 8 for initiative.
Okay.
And I'm a 6.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Zatari and Sydney.
Sydney got a 19.
I got a 13.
Okay. We're not like all at the bottom or all at the top. We're
We'll spread out.
It's okay.
We're in a good order, yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So you guys hear from the forest the sound of like a bow and arrow being shot, and let's see here. Okay, let's see what they get here. Aiming for Sydney. That's who they can see.
Mhm.
Does a 15 hit?
Just hits.
Okay. And oh yeah, that definitely hits. Okay. 2 arrows right into you, and you get hit for 16 damage.
Woo!
These arrows are... We don't know where they're coming from, right?
Only you,
just-
Gemma. You know that there's archers in the woods. Everyone else now probably also knows that there's archers in the woods, but...
Got it.
Alright, and then Zatari, that is your turn.
Okay. Are my friends close to the carriage? Like, if the carriage started moving, could they grab on?
I'm
Yes, I could say that. Yeah. Yeah, Cyenna's like hidden in the carriage. Sydney is like right outside the doors of the carriage. And Gemma's like in front of the top right horse.
Okay, so I'm going to use half of my movement to jump up
Okay.
and say, "Oh wow, I am healed!" And then I'm going to run over to the driver's seat and
Okay.
hop in,
Okay.
grab the reins, and say, "Gemma, get on! Yeah! Everyone grab hold!
Okay.
Here we go!"
Gemma, you have just enough time. Well, go ahead and make me an acrobatics check. See if you can jump on one of these ponies here.
I don't...
Okay,
I rolled a
what?
5.
You rolled a 5? Oof.
Is there any way I can help her?
Zatari, it's too quick for you to jump on a horse, but you can, you sort of like wait for the carriage to start passing you, and Cyenna reaches out a hand and pulls you up. Sydney, you had just enough times to like, to like, oh, the carriage is moving, and you jump into the back. So,
Okay.
Zatari, you are now driving this wagon. Go ahead and make me, I guess, an animal handling check.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
How's my animal?
If I see any of the people in the
Okay,
forest.
it's not the worst.
It's not terrible.
You can make me a perception check, to see the, you basically know where the other, the one that shot you is coming from.
It's 11.
Can I
plus
shoot
4.
the one that shot me?
Let me see where you are in the lineup.
I should be at. Well, I should have been at the beginning.
Yeah. You can.
Okay.
What'd you say, Zatari? 11?
11 plus 4 is 15.
Okay, the ponies are wildin'. They're like, they start going so quickly, and like the doors are sort of like slamming in and out. Sydney, you steel yourself and you shoot, and you try and shoot the person who attacked you. What'd you roll to hit?
2.
A 2?
22 to hit.
Oh, 22 to hit. Okay, yeah,
22.
that hits. Go ahead.
I literally cannot roll a 2 with my
Okay,
plus
great.
9 modifier.
I love that.
Ooh. That is going to be 11 piercing damage.
Nice.
And I obviously didn't get sneak attack because...
Yeah, they knew you were there.
Yep.
Okay. Cyenna and Gemma, you guys have just enough time to get something out real quick before you guys absolutely hightail it the hell out of here.
We have to choose something inside the carriage to take.
No, you're in the carriage. You can do like well, you're a rogue, so you can crossbow or anything like that. Like you make an attack roll as you guys are speeding away.
She rolling to attack?
Yeah, roll to attack.
Plus 5.
20, 24, so
Oh, damn.
25.
Okay. Expertly, like, Cyenna and Sydney are obviously absolutely well trained with their bow and arrow, and they're just like full Katniss Everdeen style. And you hear it thump into someone and roll damage for me.
So
1d6 for that one. Just one of them. And then you add 3 to that.
7.
7 damage.
Okay.
Baby's first combat!
Baby's first combat. And Gemma, what'd you roll to try and attack?
My dice don't like me.
They don't love you
today.
tonight.
No.
they don't love me. My dice don't love me tonight
I
either.
just... no. I don't get anything.
Okay. You don't hit.
I don't have...
You try and you are listen, man, you're a cleric. You can't really compete with like how well trained the rogues and the rangers are with their weapons. You do see that Sydney is pretty wounded and has 2 big arrows like stuck into her, so you can help her out with that. Zatari, go ahead and make me one more animal handling check to GTFO.
Oh, bye.
You slap the reins again. Yeah!
Can I also, as a bonus action, handle an item?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to, for the animal handling, I got a 12.
Okay, you
But
like
I am going to...
it's not so bad, but you guys are going at like breakneck speed. So the carriage is like whiling all over. You guys hear a couple bottles break.
I'm gonna reach into my bag and take out a smoke grenade.
Ooh, okay.
And toss it
And
on
just-
the ground.
You toss it backwards. Go ahead and roll to attack.
Huh. Would that just be like my dex?
Yeah. Just roll your dex to see like how well you throw it.
Okay. Whoa. That went off the table. Try this one. Okay. That is 16.
Even though the carriage is like, you in perfect motion get out your bomb, and it like full cinematic cartoon like arcs over the caravan, and Cyenna, Gemma, and Sydney just see boom, and the road kind of like explodes behind them, and a bunch of smoke pops out, obscuring the caravan from vision as you guys ride away in the caravan. You guys go at very, very fast, pretty much all the way into town, and then the horses start to get tired, and they are like kind of like foaming at the mouth a little bit, and they're like,
Japanese.
Can I check on the Duke?
yes. Gemma, do you want to try and help Sydney?
Absolutely.
Sydney, what's your reaction to Gemma just selflessly trying to help you right away?
I think her initial reaction is to kind of shy away a little bit. And then, like, once she realizes that Gemma, like, is trying to actually heal her, she kind of allows the touch to happen. Because it was just a combat situation.
You were like, okay.
It's like, I don't know what's happening here.
Yeah.
Two sweetheart, stay still. And I throw her a healing word, and she heals for 8.
Oh, thank you.
Gemma is like, now don't move, and like deftly removes the 2 giant longbow arrows from you.
Oh.
It only hurts a little. Gemma has a very soft touch, and you sort of like breathe a sigh of relief as the healing word takes over. How much does she heal for, Gemma?
8.
Thank you.
Get those 8 points. You go over to the trunk and you pop it open, revealing a portly man with a ridiculously large mustache and a stupendously horrendous head injury.
So, still breathing.
He sort of looks like an uncle of mine.
Still breathing, or?
Gemma, go ahead and make a medicine check.
7.
I was gonna ask if I could help,
Yeah, you can help.
since I saw him before. So I give you an advantage.
Okay. I will take my first roll. So 25 total.
Hey.
He is like about to go if you don't do something. He's like doing the death rattle.
Meh, don't care.
Spare the dying.
He like chokes up a whole bunch of blood.
Cool. And then I close the chunk again.
You think that's enough? Should I give him some more?
I think we need to.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to, you can't. I don't think we need to.
I mean, if he wakes up, he'll know our faces, and what's the point in that?
Fair
I'm gonna
point.
jack him.
I mean, right now, it's going to be assumed that we did all of this.
Yeah.
The rogues are roguing right now.
What
So.
is going on back there?
The
Find a
Duke
place where we.
back here
They do
Duke's
get back
unconscious.
there?
in a box.
Is he
Yeah.
alive?
He is now. It's okay. Well, yes, he was to begin with, but I made sure that he's okay now, and everything is okay. I think.
Thank you, Gemma. That is very helpful.
Zatari, you need to find a place.
For me to deal with.
Zatari, you need to find a place where we can dump this caravan, because right now it's going to be assumed that we did all of this to the Duke.
I'm way ahead of you. I know just the
Gotcha.
place.
Out of character. We should probably figure out that, or make it look like maybe we saved him,
Yeah.
and like Because then we'll still earn, like, we could probably still earn something. That way, like, oh look, we've saved the Duke. And then, I don't know.
Out of character, I feel like the best thing, since he never saw us and he's like unconscious, he has no memory of us.
Just
But he
dump him.
does know who probably knocked him out. I say we just steal all of his stuff still, continue with
Okay.
the plan.
I'm down
But-
for that.
Leave him here, but in kind of an obvious spot where someone will find him and like get him help. And yeah, and then see what he says. Like, oh, I was robbed, it was these people, but like, not us. But we're still gonna take his stuff, but I think we should also like look into who actually like almost killed him and tried
Yeah.
stealing his stuff that wasn't the Thieves Guild.
Yeah.
To be fair, we did run away from quite a few of them.
Yeah. And the two of us that were mostly visible were in disguise, so
So that's fair.
I think Zatari's gonna find like maybe like a rough looking tavern or something. Like she's gonna head towards like the more rougher areas of town that she
Holy
know,
Pickles came along.
Oh. Yeah. You guys, for as soon as you think that, you're like, wait, where's Pickles? You hear, "Rah!" And you see the giant raven like over the caravan. Like he's a smart cookie. Like he's following you.
Okay. I mean, I've only had Pickles for 24 hours by this point, so figured.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. Sydney doesn't exactly know what's gonna happen with the birds. So it's like, I don't know. They're following.
Okay. Zatari, you take it to the other side of town, and you try and find
Well,
like
you
a
know
real
what?
shady. Oh yeah, go ahead.
If we have to like go through city gates, like a checkpoint, because like it's a big enough city, I have a feeling.
Well, you're still
we'd
in the
probably
outer
have
city.
Something like that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
still in that.
So, okay.
You just go to the other side of
we get-
town, and you look for a real shitty tavern.
Yeah, we'll go to the real shitty tavern and like, I'm gonna say, okay, so I think we should just leave him here, and on the way out, after we have taken all of the goods and safely put them into my caravan, we should drop a hint to authorities like, hey, you know, I saw a weird carriage that looked kind of empty over by that tavern over there. Maybe you should check it out, and someone will be able to help the Duke that way. So let's just pack all of this stuff up. Looks like there's some crates here. Might take like an hour or so, but should be fine, I think. My carriage is not too far away, so should just
Alright.
be like one or two trips, maybe, if we are all working together.
Yeah, that sounds great.
I am very curious to know who was doing the stealing that was not a part of the Thieves Guild.
All right, and we're gonna take a 5, basically now. But Cindy, right before we go.
Nope. I can wait.
Okay,
Nothing important.
take a 5. Stand up, get your water, whatever.
Yes.
Yay!
Yay. of all the things that I didn't plan for, I didn't plan for stealing the carriage. Which now seems like the most obvious choice ever, but I love that you did that. Very in character.
Well, I was like, what's the quickest way we can get away? 'Cause I don't know if we can fight all these guys.
Yeah, that's true. You didn't know how many guys there were.
And the fact that that Sydney and Cyenna both took out the 2 guys that were like the biggest threat to us. Like,
Clutch.
that was just a huge opening, so I was like, okay,
Like,
I
we
guess
taking
we're
the
going.
carriage. Goodbye.
Yeah.
We make a getaway. Yeah. Love it. Love
And
it.
I have put in my inventory 2 smoke bombs. So I've used 1 now,
Okay.
but I was like, hell yeah,
Love it.
that's kind of handy.
That was perfect. The most cinematic. I loved it.
Zatari is like, oh shit, how do I get my team out of this crappy situation? Run for it! This is so fun, D. I love it.
Yeah, this is really fun. It's a good group. Just two
Yeah.
2 grumpies and 2 sunshine and rainbows. It's very funny.
It's perfect.
Mhm.
So perfect. I feel like we're all really balanced too.
Mhm. Yeah, the all rogues kind of deal, mostly rogues, is great because
Oops, all roads.
then I can like plan things that are like very, very rogue heavy.
Yeah. We're like, none of us aside from Cyenna are like too heavy in rogue too. Like, I'm almost half and half, and then like
Yeah.
Sydney's
Sydney's
more
just 1
ranger
level.
than rogue, so.
But yeah, Sienna's
Yeah.
like full rogue.
And my 2 levels, like my 2nd level, only just gives me that bonus.
The cunning action,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. But I'm so excited.
Yeah. It's very fun.
Was this a pre-made campaign? I forget.
Nope, I'm literally just... There's so many adventures that are in Faerûn that, like, I'm never gonna run the full module. So I'm just, like, pulling from the modules. Because I have all these books, like, on D&D Beyond. So that way I have, like, maps and such. And, like, Thieves Guilds are, like, they are known to be a thing. And there's also multiple Thieves Guilds, etc., etc. Baldur's Gate is also really big, and I can pull from the game as well, which is fun. This particular
Oh my gosh, if
interaction...
there were cameos.
Yeah. This particular interaction, I literally just pulled from the internet. Like, the idea. I just was like, Thieves Guild quests. Boom. So I was trying to think of something, like, kind of fun for our first one.
I love it.
Yeah. Something just, like, easy but flavorful.
I love Ruby. She's so cute.
Yes. So that is, like, for my Wanderhome character, like, that is kind of, like, her energy, too. Like, she's kind of, you know, she's like, very studious, and, you know,
Has low self-esteem.
yeah, like, yeah, I play Tiefling Ruby, like, a little bit more, like, of a scaredy cat. Where, like, my other Ruby is, like, a nerd. Like, she loves books in the library.
Oh.
Yeah. Tiefling Ruby was for
Zatari,
sure.
like spying her books for like gifts and stuff.
Yeah. She got bullied because her horns were real big.
Oh.
And you're like, no, you'll grow into them.
How old is she?
She's like 17. She's like babies.
Baby.
Yeah.
So
She's
cute.
probably been at the guild for like just under a year.
I have a feeling Zatari probably like pays for her to go to like like night classes or something. Like if there's an academy.
To educate her essentially in something. I'm sure there's tutors at the guild too.
Yeah. Zatari's like, whatever you pick, you can study. I will take care of it.
What if I tried to name the raven Loki?
I wonder how Gemma will feel about that.
Something tells me she'd feel like honored.
Gemma's an interesting combination of jester and... Who was I thinking of? I was just thinking about it. I'm like, she feels a little bit like Jester.
And,
but not like fully like Jester.
And Emily's character
love
from
her
Unsleeping
accent.
City, right?
Yes. Yes.
There we go. Yeah, the monk.
Yep. The drunken monk. Which I 100% love.
It's giving Fran Drescher.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, Lindsay
it.
always comes with a
Oh my God.
fabulously wild accent.
So I
love
truly
that.
was debating on whether or not I wanted to do the voice because I had been debating if this was a voice I wanted to do for a different campaign that Dee is running, but I decided like, no, this feels right. I just listened to my inner voice.
Good.
Inner nanny.
My inner nanny, and I'm so glad that I'm so glad I did.
I love that someone else is doing an accent.
Yes, the two, like, super sunshine
I mean-
ones. So funny.
Yes. And then the two grumpy.
The grumpies.
I love when you play grumpy characters, Anna. You do it so well.
Thank you. It's a side of my personality that I have fun doing when I bring it out.
I like that Cyenna's, like, really food motivated.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love
you can
that.
be very intimidating when you want to be.
Cyenna.
Anna.
Oh, thank you. That's like the debate from last time of if who's seen me like really angry. I think probably
Yeah.
Sarah's the only one who has, and my parents.
I've never seen Anna angry, but I'm guessing it would be really scary.
That'd be really scary. That's who you don't want angry, is like the people where it's like, that's because they're pushed to the literal limit.
Yeah.
I'll be right back, you guys.
Yeah,
I'm
like
gonna...
if you're at that point, you know you've screwed up.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
Did you just come up with on the fly that she would be food motivated? I love that.
It was not planned. I was just like,
Those are the best.
because I knew I wanted her to be addicted to something.
Okay.
But then I thought a drug might be too dark because she's already got like a whole lot of darkness.
Sure.
And so I thought, well, food, like a sweets, like a dessert thing, might balance out like all the cynic and saltiness of her character.
Yeah.
For like her happy place is dessert.
I love
She's
that.
so relatable. I love it.
Oh, I'm having problems. A snack will help.
Just a little
I'm
treat.
just angry. My blood sugar's just low. Chocolate fixes everything.
Mm-hmm.
True.
I think if Zatari is mentoring her, she probably would have noticed it since her insight is so high and she just keeps like truffles with her at all times to use when Cyenna's acting up.
Smart. You gotta keep her level-headed, you know?
This is really good. I think I'm used to school sushi, so the rice is really nice. Which, not to, cap on school sushi.
Yeah.
This is really nice sushi rice.
We're eating our dinner really quick.
Oh, that's okay.
No worries. I've been munching this whole time. Anna knows is pretty normal for me.
Yep. Very normal.
I'm a podling.
I'm a little podling. I like to snack.
A snack.
I could have a mouth in my back,
Torso.
in my torso.
An intern was just shoveling food.
I
Fiery
love Brennan's
furnace.
monologues. Oh my gosh. Have you seen the
So-
Game
Really, they're
Changer
the best.
episode? Oh my gosh. Have you seen the Game Changer episode where he can't win? Like, that's the rule
Yes.
of the game. He can't win. It's so funny.
So great.
So funny.
Are either of you watching Burrow's End?
Yes, I am. I'm not caught up yet, but I've seen I want to say 3 episodes.
Whereas when I dedicate myself to watching a campaign of some sort, I can't deviate from it because then I get confused, characters confused and all that. So I'm currently watching season 2 of Critical Role.
Okay.
Right. I had to start back from the beginning because I had watched a bunch of Dimension 20 in between, so I was like, well, now I gotta start all over. So
I've seen all of Critical Role and most of the D20 stuff.
Wow.
Where do you watch this stuff?
Drop. You know the nerd show that I have you watch? That
Yeah.
one.
Drop off.
We'll have to indoctrinate you, Sam.
yes.
And
I was
then
gonna
the
say all of Critical Role stuff
can
you can
see
find on YouTube.
Yeah, Critical Role's on
Yeah.
YouTube. There's 2 seasons
Dimension 20, there's
on Dimension
some.
20, yeah.
Yeah. Fantasy High is one of them. Like the first season of Fantasy High is one of them.
Yeah.
I think I'll have
If you want newest episodes of Critical Role, you can go on
What's Critical
Twitch,
Role?
and if you have the Amazon Prime account,
Which
you can
episode is
subscribe to the
boring?
channel for free.
They make so much money, I bet.
Yeah.
Oh, guaranteed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But usually I like watching the first half on Thursday, and then when the YouTube video comes out on Monday, I'll watch the second half of it.
Cody is looking at like a ladybug squeaky toy as it like it offended him somehow. And I don't it's just like looking at it like I will stare at you until you've made a decision.
He's like, it's your fault I'm in this code.
Not my own fault. Sam, you having fun?
Yeah, this is a lot of fun. Thank you. Thanks for being nice to me, everyone.
Please.
You're so
as a
good at
We've all been there.
playing.
Yeah, you're doing great.
Yeah.
You killed the guy. You're off to a roaring start.
Yeah.
You haven't died yet? That's always a plus.
Yeah.
You have a full-on pie in your backpack. You're great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You
you're
haven't
great.
rolled any nat ones yet.
Yeah.
That's very impressive.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just had to check on Jay because he's very sick. We're having
How's
like
your
a
back?
really bad time at my house right now. Like Jay's dying. I'm dying. For different reasons.
Are you okay with continuing?
Yeah, well we're about to kind of wrap it up anyway, so we just got a little bit left.
Okay.
So we are good. So let's just jump back in. So you guys find a nice, or rather not nice, tavern on the other side of town from where the barn was. It's called The Broken Lute, and you guys hear from inside like a lot of like raucous yelling and some like really off-key singing, and alongside a piano that definitely needs to be attuned. And you
How
guys...
does Zatari feel about that?
Yeah, Zatari's like, oof. Zatari, you've heard
Well,
better.
I guess it is called the Broken Lute for a reason.
So yeah, go ahead and go ahead, Zatari.
Before we start like jumping out and like unloading stuff, I'm gonna go around to each one of them and like take out a disguise kit and like mess with all of their makeup and stuff and their hair and like pull their hoods up and just like make sure they're all very disguised. Hold
Oh.
still, Sydney.
No. 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 Dear
You
Lord,
must
no.
not be recognized.
You want them to know what we look like? Let her put the lipstick on you, damn it.
I
just
snatched
make
the
sure-
lipstick from Zatari's hands and just put it on myself, and actually, like, I know what I'm doing.
Shockingly.
I do. She in fact does know what she's doing. She just doesn't like to do it.
Yeah.
Hey, you look perfect. Okay.
Everyone looks sufficiently disguised, and you guys pop out and go ahead and make a perception check to see if anyone is noticing y'all. Anyone who wants to. I'm fully imagining the Scooby-Doo head stack, by the way.
I love
Dirty 20.
Nice.
16.
I rolled a 10.
Okay.
11.
Cyenna and Sydney, looks good to you. Gemma and Zatari, you guys are sort of like, you look around and you don't think anyone is like, you don't see any Flaming Fist or anyone of the Lord's Alliance. Like, you're kind of looking more at like outfits and stuff, like, or rather than drunkenness, and you guys think the coast is fairly clear. And however, you maybe don't want to risk making multiple trips back to over here if you want to really make it so that no one sees you guys doing this.
Okay,
Should-
I think so we can make as few trips as possible. I'm going to go get Delphi and bring my carriage a bit closer.
That's
And,
obvious.
well, not necessarily. It would not be...
It would be obvious if, like,
It would not be remarkable.
you have
to
an
see a
obvious
fortune
caravan.
teller in this part of town.
Could
To be
we
fair.
just
you
take
have
the can we
you
take
have
the
a
duke
very nice.
out of that chest and put all the stuff in the carriage inside the chest?
How about this? I will go get Delphi. I will set up near, but not too near. And I will begin to tell fortunes. While you three load up the caravan. That way it makes sense for
What
me
else?
to be here.
What else in the caravan is valuable?
So you don't see
There's
any
paintings.
jewelry or
Right.
or
Or money.
gold or money. Cyenna is right that you could chuck the Duke out of the chest and pop it full of like basically everything except some of the larger paintings in here. But then you'd be carrying a giant
Sydney already has
chest.
some of the smaller paintings in her bag.
Yes, yeah. So mostly you guys see that there's like some really nice bottles of wine. A couple of nice bottles of like brandy. A bit of like random food. It looks like he had like stocked up for the journey kind of deal. So he has a bunch of rations. He does have a couple of healing potions and elixirs.
Like that.
Yeah. 3 of them are broken because they got rattled around too much, but the rest, you guys count 7 elixirs and potions.
So the most valuable thing he has are the paintings.
Yeah, you guys look
essentially.
them over and you're like, I could sell
Since
this.
he was already ransacked.
Yeah.
Could
I
we
could sell
just
this.
cut the paintings out of the frames and roll them up?
That is a good
Absolutely
plan.
could do that.
I think we should cut the paintings out, roll them up, and dump the Duke. But maybe we consider putting the Duke in a disguise as well. So maybe he just looks like a drunkard or something. And
I don't think we should disguise him because I think we want him to be found.
I just feel like maybe he might reveal who he is once he gets better.
That is okay.
Yeah, that's fine. It's out of character. That'd be okay because we would be done with him by then.
Yeah, we'd be long gone. We can just.
But
And
we
he
wouldn't.
doesn't know us at all.
We wouldn't need him to be in a disguise.
Yeah. I mean, anything to get the Duke naked and, a little bit embarrassed.
Oh. In that
I'm
case.
definitely gonna look over the Duke and see if he has anything left valuable on him, like any rings or jewelry or like pockets full of important information or anything.
Yeah, go ahead and make a investigation check as you pat the Duke down. You guys open the chest for a 3rd time. His head like lolls off to the side. He's still breathing. It's like his blue and gold outfit is like completely stained with blood though.
Ooh. Maybe we change his shirt so that's not super.
Nat 20?
Oh, snap.
Very nice. Yeah.
22 total.
Homie G has a ring on every finger. 3 of them have significantly sized gems on them. He also seems to have like a gold necklace. And you also notice that like his like cufflinks and such are also made of like gold. His outfit's ruined, so no point in taking that. And you look around and you see that he has one, a sealed letter with no writing on the outside, and 2, he has basically like a pre-drawn up like you have the Duke's permission to pass through this city, And you guys know that occasionally, like, Baldur's Gate will kind of require some, you know, ID or like what business do you have in the city when you get into the gate. So he has sort of like one of those contracts like already drawn up, like business of the Duke, could be used for basically showing that you're legit.
Is it a real letter or is it like a fake?
I'm gonna say with that 22 investigation that it looks pretty legit. It looks pretty legit. Like, you think that the Duke was probably going to like either give these to his guards so that they could pass through on the way in, or because, like, you know, not everyone knows what that Duke looks like, but they recognize like the coat of arms and such like that. Or he was going to, you know, pass it off to somebody for something.
Okay. I'm going to take everything. All the rings and jewelry and the letters.
You easily, like, clink, 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 like, take all the rings off. And you guys see Zatari, like, deftly just, like, with her nimble hands, like, take off the rings and the necklace. No problem. They're a little bloody, but they can be cleaned. It's fine.
Okay, do we have everything of value?
I think so.
I think so.
I believe we have everything that we can take from this carriage. Is everyone ready to sneak?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, go team! To Delphi!
All right, everyone roll. Stealth. Stealth. You guys are like...
22.
Advantage
Okay.
since we're disguised.
I was gonna say I could cast Pass Without Trace.
Oh, well, yeah, I don't know. If you're gonna burn Pass Without Trace, might as well do that. I would say the disguise, I mean, like, helps you guys to be like, oh, we're just normal folk. But you guys are jumping out this carriage.
Fair.
Gemma, do
Yeah,
you cast
If you
Pass
have
Without
any
Trace?
ways of making...
Yes, I do. So please add +10.
Oh, very
32.
32. Okay.
Whatever that was with your stealth, and then add 10 to that.
26.
Nice.
33.
Oh, just had to one up Sydney there. Okay. Yeah, you guys are like absolutely
I rolled an 18.
no problem. Like, silently jump out of the caravan. The bottles do not clink together, and you guys are able to sort of like flit through back alleys and the, like, all the way down to the barn where Delphi is. She looks very happy to see you. She lets out like a little whinny when you come by, and
Delphi! Good pony!
she looks freshly brushed, and she obviously has like fresh water and oats. She's been well taken care of. The farmer absolutely went over the top for the 5 gold. And are you guys going to alert people now, like when you guys are going back out, or?
I think we'll take Delphi in the carriage without telling the farmer, but I will leave a note for him with
Okay.
another gold in it, saying, "Thank you so much for taking care of my pony. You did a great job. I am so thankful."
Perfect. You
Just
like
to let him know that the pony like wasn't stolen or
right, totally. You like slip it under his door and jump up into the caravan's like driver area. You guys make your way back into the caravan, warm and cozy. You see that the fire is like magically lit already, And you guys are start going through some of the rations that the king had. He has a couple wheels of cheese, dried sausages, pickles. Like, Homie G was just like a walking charcuterie board. It makes for a really scrumptious dinner.
Sydney, do you think Pickles likes pickles?
Ah!
You know,
That is a good question.
pickles.
Ah! You see, he immediately
There's so many
hops
pickles
over and just like quick as can be, just like a full pickle off the plate. Horks it down.
You know, this explains his name a lot.
Ah!
Yeah.
Not a bad thing, pickles. I'm just saying. Just
Maybe you
good
should
to know
keep
you like
the
pickles.
name.
No.
Suit yourself.
Gotta try
Okay,
first.
team. This is all of the things we have gathered. And I'll like make a pile of the stuff. Including like the letters that we found. Shall we see what he was maybe up to?
Sounds good to me. I open the letter.
Cindy, you open the letter, and
Yep.
you can see that it is the wax seal doesn't have the crest that the Duke has on it, which you find interesting. The letter is also in a different hand than the like free pass that you guys found.
Yeah.
You kind of like read over it silently yourself, and the gist of it is that apparently the Duke had a mistress in Baldur's Gate, and he was on his way to basically he makes these runs to see her, as well as his illegitimate son, who seems to be quite young, and he kind of like lavishes her with gifts and the like, in order to keep her like quiet and happy.
It sounds like he got. You know, maybe the
Maybe.
wife found out.
That is a very good theory.
That also sounds like a personal problem. It's probably good we left him.
Was anyone able to see the archers aside from the two guards that Gemma and I were talking to?
I didn't get a good look at them.
Kinda saw.
It was pretty dark out. It is still pretty dark out.
Can I remember if there was anything marking the people? Or were they just kind of random vagabonds?
Can I roll history
Yeah, go ahead.
to see if I can recall? I don't know. Okay, great.
Plus 2.
21.
Oh, that's good.
Pretty good.
You know, you got a pretty good look at the two guys at the front. You did notice that they wore head to toe black, which isn't uncommon or anything. Sydney wears head to toe black.
Sure.
But it kind of lent itself to the theory of these were not common vagabonds who just happened across the Duke. Like, this was more of like an organized hit. Like, they had an ambush ready.
Based off of that, would it be weird to suspect that they were hired by either another guild or like our guild?
Signs point to the Baldur's Gate Guild has really shied away from ultra nefarious things such as like hired hitmen and whatnot. That is fairly like you guys kind of shy away from that now. It's a lot of like more Robin Hood style crimes. There's already a lot of murders in Baldur's Gate, like they don't need to add to it. However, you guys know that there are a couple of guilds that are not as generous as you guys. One of them being the Zentarum.
Zentar. Can you spell that?
Yes.
Can you spell it in the side chat for us, please?
Yeah.
Is that like Zintarum?
I think that's how that's spelled. I'll have to double check.
Oh.
Silent H.
Silent H, yeah.
A lot of extra letters in it.
Okay.
I relay all that to the group.
Have I heard of them?
Oh yeah.
How do I go back to the general chat? Or to the side chat?
You'll click here. You'll click here.
Where? Click there?
Yeah.
So
Just the voice channel.
go ahead and roll me a history check with advantage, Zatari.
Just voice channel.
Just that?
No.
I love advantage.
Literally what says voice channel.
Where did my others dice go? I use this one. No. You're doing this one. History is not my strong suit. 14?
You have definitely heard of the Zentarum. The guild works very hard to not have this particular group infiltrate Baldur's Gate too much. Of course, they can't stop it completely. There are several key differences between the guild and the Zentarum. The Zentarum is like colloquially known as the Black Network. Lot of mercenaries. And one of the big differences between the guild and the Zentarum is they employ a lot of like dark wizards. And they also serve specific gods. Where you guys are more allied with various temples across the city, the Zentarum really focuses on worshippers of Bane as well as Cyric.
Can you spell Cyric?
Yes, totally.
Ah, ooh. I was close.
By a letter.
You have it here now.
And are
The fact
these,
that
like more evil aligned gods?
Oh yeah. Yeah. So, Cyric, it has a lot of different names. Prince of Lies, the Dark Sun, the Mad God, the Assassin, etc., etc. It's a rare god for people to worship, but it is bad news. A lot of a lot of like mages, dark mages would worship Cyric.
Would I know where they are mainly based from?
Yeah, you know that they mostly are headquartered in like the Western Heartlands. That's their like main area. Their employment
Well,
of
considering this all sounds.
go ahead, Sydney,
Go
sorry.
ahead. I was gonna say, as bad as this all sounds, I do still think the Duke got what was coming for him. Just saying.
I don't disagree, but I don't like how this was handled because this does not feel like true justice to me personally.
Yeah, this one just feels like cold blood murder.
He is thankfully still alive though, which
I was gonna
reminds
say.
me, as we're like just before we reach like the outskirts of the city, I'm gonna hop out real quick and like run over, like discreetly like walk over to like some guard I see and be like, "Excuse me, I just wanted to let you know that I saw a fancy looking carriage over in the Rafford district over by the Broken Lute, I think it was called. But there was a man who did not look so good, and he might need help. I don't know if maybe something bad happened to him, but maybe someone should check him out. I was a little scared to go over there, so I thought I would just tell you.
Okay, little lady, I'll go check it out right now. And he like motions to like his guard buddy, and they sort of like wander off into the district. You're like, good enough for me.
Thank you. I skip back over to my
You're like, he didn't die. Woo!
I did my job.
Yeah.
It is up to fate now.
uh. So yeah, the knowledge that the Zentarum is involved in this at all is a little worrying.
I think the guild should know about this. If Zentarum is encroaching on our turf, I do not like the sound of this. And it seems like they have taken most of our score, which I am not happy about.
This is true.
Which DM, by the way, how many paintings do I have in my bag?
You have, I'm going to say 4 small paintings, 2 medium, and
Okay,
1
no.
large.
Like bag? I figured I had the 4 small in my bag.
Yeah.
Like in my bag.
Yeah, 4 in your bag.
Okay.
That you didn't cut out of the frame, right? Is that that was the plan, correct? The other ones you cut out of the frame? Yeah. So the 2 medium and the 1 large are frameless right now, rolled up. But the 4 small ones are in perfect condition.
I haven't brought them back out, so that's why I was asking. I'll put them in my inventory.
Well, if you don't mind, I will take these letters to show to the leaders of the guild, and I will make them aware of this situation. And I will also know that the mission was still somewhat successful. We still did find a good amount of treasures, and you will all be compensated for your good work. Can I make like an insight check
Yeah, yeah.
On Sydney.
On Sydney, yeah, you go for it.
She's new and I
See
still
if she like
grab her.
stole a little extra off the top.
Yeah. That's nat 20.
Oh my god.
29!
You have
I can make
you're
that a good
almost
ride.
certain that Sydney nicked something off the top. She looks a little fidgety. She's very concerned about where her bag is at all times.
Bag is near me all the time.
Well, you all did such a good job. I am so proud of you. You were complete professionals out in the field. I will give high remarks for all of you. And Gemma, I hope you will continue to join us on our missions. I think we have formed the perfect team.
Oh my gosh. Of course, I'd love to come back. I know I'm not like the sneakiest person, but I can help be a little more sneaky.
Gemma, please, I could not pull off such a good performance without you. You were so helpful.
Well, you're kind of right there. Thanks.
And you saved the Duke's life, which I would be very disappointed if he had ended up dead, because he still deserves true justice. Anyways.
I still feel a little weird about it all. The whole situation. So hopefully we can find out who really did all this.
Well, I have a good suspicion to suspect the competing guild, Zatari.
Mm-hmm.
I think they are encroaching on our land, and I do not like this one bit because they are a group of mercenaries and dark wizards. They worship evil gods like Bane and Cyric and are just downright nasty, giving us thieves a bad name. So, I will let the guild know about this, and I believe we will be doing something about this in the future. Because we
You know,
cannot
thieves always have
a
a bad reputation, right?
Well, it depends on the thief.
I just thought I'd point that out, that thieves as in themselves usually
You can have
always
good
have
thieves
bad.
and bad thieves, personally, according to my moral code. Not everyone feels the same way as me, but
Would you
I would
rather
like to
get
think-
robbed by one of us or one of them? You gotta choose. I personally
Exactly.
choose one of us.
Gemma
was
makes
just
a
saying.
perfect point.
Just
We
saying.
don't go around murdering people willy-nilly.
So the caravan is making its way back to Thieves Guild,
Yep.
right?
It's well into the
Sydney's
night
like,
now.
all right, cool. She grabs her bag. She's like, well, let me know when the next one is. And she hops out of the caravan and heads back to her apartment.
Sydney, meet me tomorrow in order to get your payment, okay?
Okay. And she just starts into the night.
Stay
Pickles
safe.
following.
Yep. Pickles flaps his
You look
wings
great
overhead.
in lipstick.
Yep.
Cyenna, were you gonna say something?
Yeah, Cyenna's gonna take Gemma aside and tell her that I think you were really brave today, even though you're not good at being stealthy. And gives her a piece of pie.
Wow. A rare moment of generosity and true niceness from Cyenna.
Shared
Had
her
a piece of pie on you this whole time?
I had a whole pie on me. Hold on. It's a special pie. It means a lot to me. It's more than gold, Gemma.
Oh.
It's his friendship pie. And you're the first person I've ever met that I don't want to steal from. That means a lot to me.
Oh
We
my gosh.
we-
Once in my I feel speechless. I'm going to treasure this pie for as long as I am around. I'm gonna see if I can find a wizard or something to just keep it preserved. I don't know.
No, Gemma, you gotta eat it. It's made by the best pie maker in all of Baldur's Gate.
Oh,
Yes.
oh,
His name is Omir.
oh, the one that works in the guild?
Yeah, the one with the hunch.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh,
The hunch makes his dough better. He puts all of the passion. Anyways, take the pie and get out of here, Gemma. Don't make it awkward.
it's only weird if you make it weird.
And I just want to say thank you to Zatari. This was a great first mission, and I was wondering if you would just give me this beautiful cloak because I look so good in it.
You are most welcome. And yes, of course you can have the cloak. You look so amazing in it. It suits you perfectly.
Thank you. I will also share my pie with you since Sydney already left. So I'll give you her piece, and please give it to your beautiful steed, Delphi.
Oh, thank you so much. Delphi actually should not be eating pie, but I will give her an apple.
Okay, well I'll just eat her
Instead.
piece then.
Okay, that also works. But I am sure Delphi feels the love.
All right. Well, with a very fabulous swish of my cloak, I leave the carriage as well.
Zatari, you sit down in your overly plush couch with your piece of pie that your little mentor gave you. You feel like a warm sense of satisfaction on a job well done. Your mentorship is going amazing. You have a new adventuring party. You just can't wait for more adventure to come. And that's where we're gonna leave it for tonight, guys. So cute.
Yeah.
Friendship pie.
That's the name of the
That's the
episode.
name. That's fucking the name of the
Yeah.
episode right there. The pie of friendship. Yeah.
Friendship pie.